All right, my friend, today we are looking at Gangsterland, part of Historic Auto Attractions in Roscoe, Illinois. I guess those sirens are very appropriate. Let's go on and take a look inside this massive, amazing museum. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. All right, my friends, today we are going to explore a little bit more of Historic Auto Attractions and see the Gangsterland and the unique things that they have here. We've been here before, we've shown some cool stuff, and now we're gonna see John Dillinger's shirt. That's John Dillinger's shirt and his handkerchief. And they were sold by his cousin Eleanor Dillinger to pay debts. Over here, they have a car related to John Dillinger, 1932 Studebaker Commander bank getaway car. He stole $75,346 with this car. Wow. Just a beauty car, as you know. John Dillinger was infamous in the area I grew up in. They said he had a girlfriend in the next town over where I grew up. Here's his bulletproof vest. How did John Dillinger get a bulletproof vest even back then? April 25th, 1934, during an FBI raid to capture him. Once again, he managed to escape. This whole case is John Dillinger stuff. You have over here Clark Gable's suit from Manhattan Melodrama, which is an awesome movie. I love it. It's got Myrna Loy, William Powell, Clark Gable, and it's about all of that stuff. They actually have his costume from that. That's so cool. And it says the reason they have it is because the Biograph Theater is located in Lincoln Park in Chicago, the most famous location where bank robber John Dillinger was shot by FBI, led by Melvin Purvis, on July 22nd, 1934, following a showing of Manhattan Melodrama. Yep. So, guess you wish you wouldn't have went to that movie. Then they have the badge from the constable at the raid in Little Bohemia. And there's the Biograph Theater that they did that at. A suitcase of the Dillinger gang. Then they have some of the guns. The rifles. Those are interesting. It says 1890 Flaubert flintlock, be the first young gun that John Dillinger ever fired. Wow. And then the gun above it was his father's gun that he used to shoot. And then the one right up here above that is his grandfather's gun. And then looks like the very top one was purchased for John when he was a youth. Now over here they have pieces taken from his death pants when he was killed. And then they had the gun that he left behind. There's the gun he left behind, the pistol at Little Bohemia. And then it says gun flash suppressor, known as a silencer, used by the Dillinger gang. And they've got another one of his pistols and his death mask. Being a huge Clark Gable fan, I'm just kind of amazed by seeing one of his suits in here. I didn't see that last time. And an interesting tie to history, right? See what else we have over here. Pretty Boy Floyd's pistol. his pistol and briefcase. This case has the pistol used to kill John Dillinger. Try and keep my shadow out of here for you if I can. The lighting in here kind of makes it a little difficult. Benny Binion's pistol, casino owner. He was one of the early, it's a Texas gangster who created Vegas poker. Well, yeah, that's basically it. I was going to say it a little bit more diplomatically, but so as they say in Vegas, you can't understand the town unless you understand Benny Binion. Mob boss, casino owner, creator of the World Series of Poker. Beginning as a Texas horse trader, Binion built a gambling empire in Depression-era Dallas. When the law chased him out of town, he loaded up his suitcases with cash and headed for Vegas. Bonnie and Clyde recreation. This was the car that they used for the movie. This says 67 Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway played Clyde and Bonnie in the motion picture Bonnie and Clyde. George Barris built the Hollywood movie car in the film. And the bullet holes were actually shot into it with a .45 caliber Thompson. So that's the one that was in the movie.
Young Clyde already had a record with the law for non-violent crimes, mostly thefts done alongside his older brother.
And then they have some Bonnie and Clyde memorabilia over here. In this case, these are the hats they wore the day they were killed. They were ambushed. Tan fedora that Clyde was wearing when Bonnie and Clyde were ambushed and killed on May 23rd, 1934, near Gibbsland, Louisiana. The hole in the brim, right up there, says was caused by one of many rounds fired into the couple while sitting in their 1934 sedan. The small sequin Tam-style hat belonged to Bonnie Parker and was recovered from the death car after the notorious outlaws were killed. Then they have some of the flowers from the grave of Clyde right up there. These are the bullets they recovered from the death car, as you can see, and the gun that they recovered from the death car. And then a flashlight used in the shootout to wait him out. Then they also found this .22 rifle. Was Raymond Hamilton, who was part of the gangs, part of the Clyde Barrow gang. This was his gun. And here they have some Lizzie Borden items. Things, wow. Brass bucket, just found in Lizzie Borden's home, where she resided from 1893 to 1927. An ice pick found in her home during the 1995 renovation. The silver-plated cup engraved with the name Emma. Emma was Lizzie's elder sister who lived with her.
January 1932.
And I don't know what the story of the clock is. Doesn't really say. Here they have Gangster Legs Diamond's car. I'll be honest, I've never heard of him. Not famous enough, man. This was a car used by the Galena Police Department during all that gangster time, chasing gangsters. And then they have a 1932 Cadillac with bullet holes all over it. And you can see that they put portholes in there to use their machine guns. See, there's one in every piece of glass. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Now who wants to see some serial killer artifacts? We've got a neck collar from prison right here. We've got a San Quentin ball and chain right there. Then we've got Charles Manson's autograph right there, which I've seen various, he's all over the place with his autograph. So, I mean, as far as it's kind of crazy. Coffee cup used by Bruno Hauptmann while jailed. He is executed by the electric chair. He was convicted In 1932, of kidnapping and murder of the 20-month son of Charles Lemberg, was executed by electrocution. Oh, interesting. I've never really delved into the whole story of that. I didn't realize that was who killed the kid. Here is John Wayne Gacy's artwork and his autograph. It's an original drawing. Many of you have probably seen the vlog. I met a guy who has a massive art collection of John Wayne Gacy, and you used to be able to just write him in prison, and he would send you like a price list of how much he charged for a picture, and you could get whatever you wanted. Here's a letter from Son of Sam, David Berkowitz, the serial killer in New York City. There's an autograph of James Earl Ray, the man that killed Martin Luther King. Then Jim Jones, a letter written by Jim Jones, mass murderer in Jonestown. And then Patty Hearst, FBI poster. Jeffrey Dahmer, and there's his autograph with his fingerprint. Then you also have some sort of card with his name and everything on it, his cell number. A letter signed by the Boston Strangler, Albert DeSalvo. And then a letter signed by the Birdman of Alcatraz, Robert Stroud. We've been to his grave as well. God, what a horrible guy he really was. Then they've got some stuff from Alcatraz. Now we're going to head into the unique creations section. Like a wheelbarrow that you can drive. The bumper car, all made of bumpers. That is awesome. Guy was inspired just by looking at like all these bumpers to just start creating a car made of them. I love it. That is so funny. I'd love to know how it runs too. Look at this guy. Holy cow, wow. Also looks like he's made out of bumpers. Solar car, that's what it is. It's some sort of weird Art Deco style car. I love it. If I could afford it, I'd buy it and drive it everywhere. If there's room for John and Katie. Wooden car. That's also awesome. Look at these. Moe's Sapphire. There's two of them. I've never heard of them. But look, they're these big boxy looking things. Like, look at this one. Now, this car, it says, is very unique, and it's had a lot of famous people that have ridden in it. It says, Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Jimmy Dean, the sausage maker, Elizabeth Montgomery, Johnny Carson, Doc Severinsen, Lawrence Welk, Agnes Moorehead, David Jansen, and Joan Crawford. Huh. Said he and many other stars in Hollywood or in Madison taking stars to the Dane County Coliseum to perform. Oh, so this was like a car that if you were performing somewhere, that was your, hey, your ride's here. Now look at it. I mean, it's really kind of crazy looking to begin with, but then look at the back. That's how you enter. I'm so glad we came to this place again because I don't remember this at all. You just walk up the steps and get in there. What a ride. I wonder if anybody complained about it. Hey, anybody want to ride in a bathtub? That's what you say. You don't want to ride in this thing? You're insulted? All right, well, take a ride in the bath boat. We'll see you there. That's pretty amazing. This was all made out of money. Those are all coins. Pennies, quarters, you name it. They're on there. This car is called the Impressed Car. Get it? What's going on down here? Look at this boat. There's got to be a story to that guy. But then this monster freaking Bigfoot truck. How do you even get in there? Is there an elevator? You have a ladder? How do you do this? Do you have to find a way of scaling your way up in between the two tires? I mean, how does one ride in that thing? Let's look around. Maybe there's like a stair step or something. Heck if I know. Look at the land speed record car. Yeah, beat that, Clark Griswold. That is amazing. I saw this and I'm like, oh man, that must be one of Richard Petty's cars. They don't have a ton of information on it, but it is. It's Richard Petty right there. First 200 NASCAR Premier race wins came in 1960. There he is standing right in front of the car. How about that? There he is standing next to his 1960. That was at the shop in Randleman that we've been to. We've vlogged that. We went out and met him and Kyle. If you want to see that video. Now look at this little cool thing that I noticed when I went around the back and saw it when I was coming in here. I'd never seen that before. Where on the back it said Lee Petty's Randleman, North Carolina. So the last thing I want to show you for today's video is this crazy, you want to talk about unique one-of-a-kind things, Miss Belvedere, 1957 Plymouth Belvedere time capsule. This is exactly what you think. They buried this thing and then dug it up many years later. It says it was a 1957 Belvedere. It was sealed in the underground vault of the grounds in Tulsa City Courthouse on June 15th, 1957 as a 50-year time capsule. And then, of course, they dug it all up, and this is what it looked like when they dug it up. And they even, I believe, made a documentary. They showed what was inside, like what they had left inside for the future. Here's the book that they actually sell in the gift shop. But here's them lifting it out of the ground. Isn't that something? And it says what was inside. Large number of items were placed inside the trunk and glove box of Miss Belvedere. Schlitz beer, woman's purse, bottle of tranquilizers, unpaid parking ticket, 14 bobby pins, a compact, cigarettes, matches, 2 combs, a tube of lipstick, a package of gum, a plastic rain hat, pocket facial tissue, and $2.73 in bills and coins. And it said some of the items placed in the sealed steel capsule, welded shut and painted white behind the car, included a 48-star American flag, letters from various states and city officials, and documentations for a savings account valued at $100 in 1957, along with entry postcards for the contest regarding the city's population. So I guess what they did was that they had like a contest of what people thought the population of Tulsa would be at the time. But there was the beautiful car, what it looked like before. And it's just kind of cool that now it's on display here. You never know what you'll find here at this Historic Auto Attractions Museum. They said that they're even considering building another building. They have so much more stuff not on display. I can't recommend it enough. If you're ever in the area, make it a point to come here. Take a tour with Tony if you're wanting the best of the best and you're on limited time. This place is awesome. From Roscoe, Illinois, have a great night and goodbye.